Welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys can make it. So today we're gonna get right into it. I'm going to attempt to build a shoe shelf, a leaning shoe shelf. I have a particular vice when it comes to gym shoes and casual shoes. So I want to be able to put them up and have something that looks nice for them to hold them, you know, so I can show them off. But yeah, so we're gonna do that today. And I mean, this shelf can actually be used for multiple things. It can be used for displaying ornaments. It can be display books, flowers, whatever you want to put on it. So it can do a lot of things, but me personally, I'm gonna use it as a shoe rack. And so let's get right into it. I'm gonna try to start off with planing these boards out, making sure that they're straight. And then we're gonna get into the cutting. It's real simple. Use 1x3, two 1x3s, 1x4s, I'm sorry. 1x4s and two 1x6s. So. Said it looks good. So check it out anyway. Kids. So I want to show y'all something that I figured out because, you know, I watch a lot of these great woodworking YouTubers. I mean, they are awesome. I've learned a lot from just watching their videos. They have all these great gadgets like, you know, the angle finders and electronic angle finders and all that stuff. I don't have all that stuff. I got some of the basic tools and just this up here. Might not be big, but it's something in there. So this is how I find my angle for my legs for this. I use basic setup. I take my 1x4. Oh, I'm gonna pull my lights down. Take my 1x4, which is here. All right. Can you help me out with this, son? All right, go ahead. All right, so basically what I do, I take this 1x4, all right? I put it on the ground. Luckily, my garage is off the ground, so I have a leverage. So I put it up here. Now this simulates it leaning up against the wall, all right? See that? Now, usually I mark it like how tall I want it, about 60, 70 inches. So what I do, I just take my pencil, I got my angle there, straight down. Again, match that angle up there, and then down here, I do the same thing. That's my floor, right there. And once I have those marks, I don't know what angle that is. I think that's like 80 degrees, and I think this is supposed to be like 10, but who's counting? So I know it works because I've done it a few times so far. So that's what I keep doing. So that's just a quick little tip for y'all. You know, for people who are, you know, trying to figure out what angles to cut and all that, just do it like that. Find you an open door, go past the door hinge, and just draw your line. All right, so see, we got our cuts. This is for the wall here. At the end, we're gonna put some felt on there so it doesn't damage the paint. Then we have the foot cut, just like that, nice and smooth. Now these are some odd angles. So I do have an angle finder, manual hand one. There's like 23 degree here and then like a 22.5 here. Some weird angles that I probably would have never figured out. So if you want to, you can have that idea of using the door part. So now we can lean it up on the wall. No, this is not ideal. This is the only clear wall I have in here. So it'll be flush up against the wall. It'll take up probably about 3 feet on the floor, or floor space. But for larger space, it really wouldn't matter. You know, it'll work out for you. You can either store stuff under it, you know, but you can still have stuff on here. So I'm gonna have about 4 shelves on here. and you're gonna be able to double stack your shoes, or double stack my shoes on here, and we're gonna do that. Now, to make it real easy, so that you can know that you're even, all I'm gonna do is just take this one, place it on top of the other one, draw it out, and cut it out. Very simple, no measurements, no angle finding, none of that. So make it real simple. So let's get that done. Now, before all the magic does happen, here's some good magic. I gotta put something across the edges here just to give it a little more oomph, so it just doesn't look like a bunch of pieces of wood screwed together. So I like to give it some type of style, you know, something with my router, maybe like a cove or a round out or something like that, but I'll figure it out. We're gonna get this started now. This is going to be on an angle, linked up against the wall. I have to find out how I can straighten the shelves out. So the easiest way I found is this little tool here. Angle sizer, angleizer. I think that's what it says. Yeah, angleizer. I just put it up there like that next to my line. I already marked out where I want to have the shelves located at. So I put it up there, see the lean. That looks fairly straight to me. I don't really it doesn't have to be perfect, but that looks good right there. So that gives me the angle, which is, let's see where that is, about 80 degrees. Let's make that again. You know the saying, measure twice, cut once. So measuring twice. So that's about where I want to be. Once it's there, I just go across it like that. That lets me know. It gives me my angle where my shelf needs to be, so I know that it's level. And I do that for each and every one. So I know a lot of people are probably wondering, like, what is the heck is that blue thing that he just showed? So I was thinking the same way the first time I saw it, someone use it on YouTube. It's a Craig pocket hole jig. And the first time I saw someone using it, I was just like, it just looks too complicated. I just don't want it. But eventually I came around because I've seen enough people using it. So this thing is awesome. I mean, it punches holes so you can hide your screws. You can plug the holes afterwards if you choose to. But it gives your work just so much, it gives it a cleaner look, without seeing screws all over the place. Because when I first started out, I was just punching screws everywhere, outside, inside, I didn't care. I was just trying to get it to hold together. But this right here does give it a much cleaner look. And it's amazing. It's really easy to use. You just gotta adjust it to whatever size wood you're using. I think it's up to 1.5 inch. Down as far as 5/8. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, down to 5/8. So you got a wide range of woods that you can use on this. Normal woods you use, like I usually use 1 inch, 2 inch. That's pretty much everything that I use. Between 1 inch and 2 inch, or 3/4 and 1/2. I do use some 4x4 sometimes, but obviously you can't use it for this. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how this works and show you how clean it looks once it's finished, once you punch the holes. So you got there, goes right in there like that. If you can see this, the drill bit has a little point at the end, kind of guides it down. So this part stops, this part goes through just to make a smaller hole for the screw to go all the way through without cracking the wood. And this one here is like a countersink in here, so it works out perfect. So you see here, that's the other side. So you got the holes in the bottom. It's gonna come straight through and connect to the wood. So it'll be like this, just like that. It's a beautiful piece of machinery. Go Glad that I finally came around to using it. So we got all the sanding done. That's always a task in itself, but the results are great. So you always want to sand. I got all the way up, went from 120 to a 320 grit on this pine, so made it really, really smooth and rounded those edges out. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of pointy edges on furniture. Maybe I was trauma as a kid or something, bumping my foot or something. I don't know, maybe as an adult too. But anyway, so these pocket holes, the pocket hole jig use create pocket hole screws, which has got a little lip on the end there. I'll get closer for that. A little lip on the end so it grips down into the wood and makes everything really tight and snug, which I enjoy. And I dropped one, gotta make sure I get that up. I don't need that in my tire. So, but it fits down in there. I would not, it comes with a drill bit with it. I would not use the impact drill with this. It's not gonna come out right. You're gonna try to just bump it, but it's gonna either bust the wood open or it's gonna strip the screw, or a number of things has happened with me with that. So I don't use my impact drill, I just use my regular drill on a low speed at that. Put it to drill, and I put it to set all the way down so that when it gets to that point where it's too tight, it does that. It won't go anymore. Lets me know to stop. Stop, knucklehead, stop. So we're gonna go ahead and get these screwed in. I already have my lines drawn in on the wood so that I can, makes it easy for me to line it up and just screw it in. I do have the railing clamped down to the workbench, so that I don't have to worry about that moving. So only thing I have to focus on, because this will try to walk on you, but if you hold it down tight enough while you're screwing it in, it shouldn't walk. It should stay in place. It may move a little bit, but not anything significant. Maybe like a 30-second. So, all right, we're gonna get this done. Give you a close-up of this.